What is up, everybody? Jester here, and today, in honor of the Super Bowl, this is Super Bowl Sunday here in Kansas City, we're going to be making something. I went around the house, I asked everybody what they wanted for the Super Bowl. The consensus was they wanted the little Kahuna burger, which is good. It works out for me because I've been wanting to remake this video because this is one of the very first videos I ever put on the channel. It's a pretty simple process, but there is quite a bit to it and quite a bit of prep. But basically all you really want to do is I've got about 1.5 pounds of ground beef here. We're going to take some crushed pineapple that's drained extremely well. We're going to mix that directly in, and then all we're going to do is work that together, make sure that everything gets good and mixed. You don't want too many big clumpy parts of pineapple. Once this is all good and mixed together, you can let this set aside for just a minute because we got a few other things to get into, and I'll show you the next one now. Next, and I always like to get this done ahead of time, is going to be our vinaigrette. Now, for those of you guys that have been with me for a while, you know that there's a couple of different recipes for this one. I prefer it with a Caribbean jerk coleslaw over the top of the hamburger, but the family here actually prefers this Thai chili vinaigrette. And it's a very, very simple thing to make. What you basically want to start with is some sesame oil. This is actually a toasted sesame oil. And you don't need a whole lot of any of this stuff. We're going to basically do this to taste. This is a sweet chili Thai chili sauce, and we're going to put quite a bit of that in there. That's going to be where you get most of your sweet from. And then to make sure this has some zing, rice wine vinegar. Notice how I'm doing about third, and a third on that. We're going to kind of tweak that a little bit as we get the flavors that we want. All you really want to do is just make sure that you give this a good stir. From there, I just kind of do the finger dap test. That's just a little on the oily side. We're going to give it a little more of the sugar. And then we'll start from there. Like I said, just kind of do this until you get it right where you want it. When it's got that good tartness but a little sweet behind it, that's where you want to be. So the last thing that I like to do ahead of time is go ahead and get my bread situated. This is the King's Hawaiian Sweet Rolls. This isn't technically a slider bun, but we love these. It adds a lot of good flavor to the hamburger itself. It's just a really good way to serve up the slider. What I like to do is kind of a hack, is if you can keep the knife kind of level and you just slowly work your way across, you can cut all of these just in one fell swoop. You don't want to go too much on one side or the other. About like so. And then again, if you're careful, you can put these ends up. This goes back into the tabs, and you can just slide this right back in the bag, keep it fresh, and it's all cut and ready to go for when you're ready for it. Now that we have all of our prep out of the way, it's time to start cooking. We're going to start off with some bacon, because this is actually going to take a little bit longer than the burgers themselves, because they're going to be very small. I kind of like my bacon to be a little more on the chewy side, so I usually stop it a little sooner. You guys might want to let it go where it's a little more crispy. It really doesn't matter as far as the recipe goes. But let's get that all browned up, and then I'll show you the burgers going on. For me, the trick to a good slider is to kind of limit the amount of meat we're going to be using. I didn't weigh these out, but I'm trying to keep these around 2-ounce little balls that we're going to put on the grill. And we got plenty more here, but I'm going to start with this to kind of show you the spacing. I find that the 2-ounce ball typically gives you just about the perfect size when it comes down to what you're going to put on your bun. The next trick is a little parchment paper and then your smasher. Hold this for about 10 or 15 seconds. That way it'll keep its shape. It is going to shrink some because that does have some fat in it. I believe it's 80-20 ground beef. And you're going to see something about like that. By the time I get everything on, it's going to be time to cheese these up, and I'll show you that here in just a second. The last couple of touches before assembly, some Swiss cheese. If you get one that's a little more spread out, you can kind of put them like so. If you get one that's a little bit smaller, you can always just kind of diamond shape them, but these look like they're a little more spread out. And then, of course, we want to take a full piece of our bacon, slide that on each of these. When we get everything all hot, I'll get it all assembled, and I'll show you the finished stuff. As for the finishing touches, a little tomato, a little onion, whatever you like to do on your burger, and then you take just a little bit of that Thai chili vinaigrette, and you toss it with a little bit of shredded lettuce. And a word to the wise, the shredded lettuce doesn't hold up as well as, say, cabbage or shredded cabbage would. So definitely take that into consideration. Don't make this stuff too far ahead. Make this right before you're ready for your burger. And there you have it, guys, the little Kahuna burger. Always going to be one of the family favorites around here. This came about because I wanted to know what the big Kahuna burger tasted like from Pulp Fiction. Kind of a silly way for making a video, but hey, it came out pretty good and it's good stuff. Hopefully you guys like this kind of content. If you do, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel. If there's something you want to see, leave me a comment in the section below. Till next time, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you soon. Bye.